Now, stress is a part of life, and if you have a job, children, a husband, even just bills to pay, you likely have experienced stress on some level. But did you know that children can suffer from it too? Well, joining me now to talk about stress in children is Dr. Holly Deemer with Grayson and Associates. Now, how do you know if a child is stressed out?
Often they can't tell you, so you can look for other ways to determine. There's usually one of two ways. Sudden changes in their behavior, so acting out, withdrawing, changes in sleep and appetite, a drop in their grades. Those can all be indicators of stress for a child. Or changes in their health. So headaches and stomach aches, exacerbation of asthma or epilepsy, any kind of change in their health can be a clue that they may be under some stress.
So there's a variety of things going on there, and you just have to know, I guess, what questions to ask?
Right, and you want to be available to your children. So the things that can cause stress, certainly conflict at home, fighting with their peers, they may be a victim of bullying, so you want to be attuned to that. But one thing we often overlook is that they're just overscheduled. They have too much going on, and we don't realize it because we're used to being busy, but it might be too much for them.
And talking about those extra stressors, what can we do to make sure that children don't have all of that, to worry about it and it affects them physically?
Right. Often, first thing, we just want to make sure we're minimizing conflict at home. So you can resolve conflict with your spouse in a healthy way in front of children, but if it's getting really emotional, we should probably go to another room and not fight in front of the kids. And then being open to communicate with them. So asking questions, being available, sharing your own struggles as a child. I remember how hard it was when I was in 3rd grade. That can help them feel comfortable. And then really looking at their schedules. If they have too much going on, 1 or 2 nights a week is probably okay, but most nights is probably too much. And then what they are doing should be for enjoyment. They may not excel at everything, and that's okay.
And of course, with everyone getting ready for back to school, this is something to definitely consider with those scheduling.
Time to think about it, yes. And, one thing that we have to remember, and this is myself included, that the best predictor of how our children cope with stress is how we cope with stress. So we need to look at ourselves, too.
Yeah, it just goes back to the old adage, children learn what they live.
Exactly.
To set a great example. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing that advice. It's very helpful, especially this time of the year.
Yes, thank you.